Hello everyone, my name is Brent Whitaker, but you probably know from the channel, and I'm just going to start this off right off the bat. The Blackening, this new thing that came out today, bottom barrel, regurgitated, black comedy that tries to pretend it's political bias is just completely normal, even though, nope, you have people who think differently than you, and as a matter of fact, they're more likely right than you are, because everything you're saying is kind of ridiculous. Now, just want to start this off by saying there's no such thing as black comedy. I keep hearing this shit everywhere and it depresses me. This is merely a list of exaggerated talking points adopted as comedy by people, mainly people who make Tyler Perry stuff. Just because you're black doesn't mean this defines you or that you're obligated to support it. As a matter of fact, you could actually say that it's terrible and you'd be right because all of it's the fucking same now. Oh, white comedy does not exist, just like White History Month doesn't exist. It's these people who want it both ways. They want to be seen as oppressed, but still want to have their own exclusive genre and month and culture and activism, just the whole nine yards. It's ridiculous, and it gets more ridiculous the more we see stuff like this. So, this film, specifically this one, it is deceptive. It's political activism behind the smokescreen of recycled black tropes. This is not entertainment. It's deception, and it aims to divide people more with everything in it. All you have to do is just watch the promotional stuff and you see that's true. Now, when I say that this is recycled, I am being very earnest. If you've ever put on a BET show or Housewives of Atlanta or again, a Tyler Perry film, it's exactly like that. It is almost exactly like that, where the people yell loudly, exaggerate stuff, and then, the black guy says, "Oh hell no!" It's the same shit. It does the same stuff over and over and over again, and because of that repetition, we put this label on it that says, this is black culture. No, no, this doesn't define me. This doesn't define a lot of people who are black. This should not define a whole group as a whole. Because one, total dog shit, and two, just lame. You bring nothing new to the table when you do this. And from this, I think I've finally reached an epiphany. I think that I'm starting to hate Lionsgate. I think I talked about this with John Wick. It's between this, Sisu, Hellboy, Rambo Last Blood, and Power Rangers that I think these are people who just throw a budget at anything their way and just make completely unwatchable dog shit. But the reason why people will choose it is because it has these franchises behind it. Sisu, sure, it's a solo thing, but again, from the people who made John Wick, it's basically John Wick in World War II. Power Rangers, I don't need to explain that. Hellboy, Ron Perlman, this is technically a reboot. They have the franchise rights. Rambo Last Blood, classic. Classic. Sure, most of them are dumb action films, but Rambo is just classic action, and Lionsgate takes advantage of that. They give it a pretty good budget, and then the writer's room is just completely empty. It's just one guy that says, "Oh, what if it's badass that he rips someone's heart out and then he sees it beats until it stops beating?" You know, that person may be 14 years old, but this is Lionsgate, so we have no idea because we don't really see behind the scenes of stuff except for cosmetics and stuff. Don't worry, I've checked. I've checked. You only get to see how they make the knives and shit. They won't actually show you who's in that goddamn writer's room. Now, I am clairvoyant. I can see the future. If this bombs, it will be blamed specifically on white people who will be called white supremacists because, God forbid, they don't want to see a thing literally about racism disguised as a comedy. We've seen it before, so don't be surprised, okay? If you are surprised at this point, I have no choice but to call you a dumbass because we've been seeing this for probably probably a decade now, possibly a decade now. Maybe longer, because Hidden Colors, man, if anyone grew up on that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What a nightmare. That being said, this is no longer about entertainment. Supporting this only means they'll be able to make more You can't feign ignorance anymore because it's everywhere now. It's everywhere. We have a bunch of YouTube channels, every single one of them more popular than I am, which hurts, but it's true. It's true. They talk about this over and over, and they all say the same shit. 'Cause let's be honest, it's none of them have any nuance to it, but for what it's worth, you still know what it is because a dozen YouTubers just echo the same stuff, and it's true. For what it's worth, it's still true. So either you say no to this, or you're just enabling it. There's no middle ground anymore. We are at the boiling point. We are at a time where you either give something your money, meaning you support it, or you just don't. You can call it boycotting, you can call it canceling. I just call it not spending my money on something, not wasting. I call it being financially viable. So yeah, this is just the end of the line because either this keeps going and then people get put into a box where if you're black, you must like this, and if you're white, you gotta support this to show they're not racist. Or you could just make sure this stops and we can have cool shit again. But yeah, that is the time now. So it's up for every single person, whoever comes across this video, to decide that, yes, you. This is not an insult to you. This is a choice. This is me telling you you have to make that choice. I'm not making the rules here. This is just how it works. So hopefully you make the right choice. And the right choice being, let's make cool shit again. God damn it. This whole thing just pisses me off. All right, so check out my book, which I would say is cool shit. Maybe link in the description, and check out my socials in case I ever disappear off the face of YouTube for saying stuff like this. Rumble, Odyssey, Minds, Locals, like, subscribe, all that, and take care.